Hello my lovely Libra friends, welcome to your new moon lunar cycle insight video for the cycle beginning with this beautiful, inspiring new moon in Aquarius on the 4th of February. So this month is a much more easeful, expansion-filled month than the ones that we have been experiencing recently. The Aquarian energy initiates a new vision, a new reality within all of us. And we have all planets still moving direct from now up until the next new moon. So this is a really beautiful time for us all. And with Aquarius being your fellow air sign, this is a really supportive energy for you. So we're going to begin this reading talking about this new moon, which falls in your 5th house. So the 5th house of the birth chart is all about our unique individual expression of self. It's all about how we feel about ourselves on a deep level. It can be very connected with the energies of self-love and self-worth. So this can initiate you really learning how to embrace yourself in all of your uniqueness, Libra. Aquarius is the sign that does things in a different way, you know. Aquarius is the innovator, the genius. It helps us to see everything from a different perspective. So this can be helping you to look at yourself and your gifts and talents with new eyes. It's also the house of creativity, of creative expression. You know, quite often how we express ourselves will be through an creative endeavour most often. You know, all of us tend to have a draw towards sharing our unique soul song either through words or painting, dance, art. You know, we all have a mode of expression which feels comfortable to us, and this can help you to really rediscover and tune into that. If you've just been feeling like you've been stuck in a rut doing the same thing over and over again, this can help you to express these innate abilities within you in new ways. So we're initiating this month innovative creative projects, and these can be co-collaborations with groups, with communities. These could be online. You know, all of these energies are very much connected with the Aquarian frequency. So if you're thinking about launching something new, offering some kind of online program, starting up a new group, or you just want to really reclaim your own authentic truth, your own right to express yourself in your own unique way, then this is a great month to be doing that. You know, let's take this opportunity to really do things differently. And these things set into motion this month can also turn out to be, you know, powerful generators of abundance as well. But not only that, they can bring a lot of joy to your life. This is the time of setting the seeds of new joy, of new pleasure, of new beginnings. So a beautiful way to begin the month for you, Libra. At this time, we've also got Mercury in Aquarius in that 5th house. But on the 10th of February, he's going to shift. He's going to head into your 6th house, which is ruled over by Pisces. And that is where he is going to go retrograde next month. So the issues arising in this area are issues that we will be working with on a very deep level over the coming months. He will be joined by the Sun moving into Pisces on the 18th as well. So, and we've also got Chiron finishing up his stay in Pisces at the beginning of this month too. So there is a big emphasis on this space of your birth chart as we move through February, particularly as we reach mid-February and the time of the Virgo full moon. So we can really be looking at here themes of detoxification, themes of decluttering, of purifying our surroundings, purifying our physical vessel in order for these new beginnings to manifest. This can be a time of deep healing on a physical and emotional level, because the full moon is going to take place in the 12th house. So we're really diving deep, letting go of all of this psychological junk and trauma and karmic energy. You know, there can be a lot of karmic releasing going on at this time as we reach mid-February. So this is a time when we are looking at our physical well-being and how our emotions impact our body and our health. Our body can be giving us messages at this time, taking us deeper, deeper, deeper within, you know, asking us to look at the patterns that might need to be released in order for us to, you know, fully reclaim our vibrancy. This can be a time when we're looking at addictions, you know, and again, the underlying energies, emotions, mental programs that are, you know, forcing us to keep recreating addictive patterns. So if we are reaching for things that we know are toxic to our body or toxic to our emotional health, you know, toxic relationships, you know, perhaps we've been overindulging in sugar or alcohol, or even, you know, spending too much time online, overextending ourselves, saying yes when we need to say no, burning ourselves out. All of these patterns can come up. You know, we're looking at all of the ways that we self-sabotage ourselves, you know, all of the ways that we block our own expansion. So take time to reflect this month and see what is really going on beneath the surface. You know, is it really your fear of change, or your fear of being seen? Or, you know, sometimes we can get very attached to our trauma that we almost build an identity around it. So let's have a little look at really what are perpetuating these cycles. On a more practical level, we can be thinking about making changes in our day-to-day work life, in our routine. You know, maybe we are feeling dissatisfied with the way that we spend our time and energy on a day-to-day basis. Perhaps the job that we're working in is the toxic thing that needs to be released. Or perhaps we're just self-sabotaging ourselves by not being organized enough, and then, you know, falling into addictive patterns to self-soothe. There can be a lot of, you know, looping vicious cycles playing out when we work with these 12th and 6th house energies, which you'll be working with very strongly throughout the middle of February in particular. So Chiron's finishing up his day there, and he's going to head into Aries on the 19th of February. And this is a very profound shift for all of us, because Chiron has been in Pisces in your 6th house for the past 7 years. Since around 2011, he's been dipping in and out of this space. Throughout April and September last year, he'd sojourned into Aries and spent a short time in your 7th house. Then he retrograded back out. Now, in February, he's crossing that cusp again. So this is a really exciting energetic upgrade for us all collectively. As I've been sharing in all of the videos, the last time Chiron was in Aries, crossed this cusp from Pisces to Aries, the end to the beginning of the zodiac, we had the love revolution of the 60s. So this is a time when all of our healing modalities, all of our consciousness starts to move up to the next level. We start to reclaim our power to heal ourselves, you know. We're not looking outside of ourselves to anyone else, to angels, to beings of light, to anything to save us. You know, we're taking our power back to heal ourselves on every level, you know, and to heal our world. So as he crosses this cusp into your 7th house, this energy will particularly play out for you in relationships for the next 7 years, Libra. So when a planet changes signs, we get a glimpse of the karmic lessons that we are going to be working with during his journey through that sign, through that space of our birth chart. So issues that are arising in your relationships during this period are letting you know what needs to be worked with as Chiron continues and deepens his transit through your 7th house. So it's a very interesting energy because this is your opposite sign. So all of you throughout the next 7 years will be having a Chiron opposition Sun transit, which will be calling you to really find that balance in your life between your needs and the needs of other people, which of course is one of the big soul lessons when you incarnate with Libra planets. So those of you who are born close to the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere, spring equinox in the southern hemisphere, around the 21st of September will experience this as soon as Chiron makes his shift. But depending on degree, all of you will experience it at some point during this 7-year period. So this is really, for you Libra, going to be a time of really reclaiming your identity, really owning your own needs within partnerships, really calling back your power to assert yourself. In many ways, Chiron is picking up the mantle that Uranus is leaving behind as he leaves your 7th house next month. So you have been in this period of learning how to maintain your individuality whilst being in partnership with other people, which is sometimes quite challenging for you. So it's really about identifying your own needs and the wounds, you know, that are playing out in your relationships and how they are reflecting things that need to be healed within you. So it's a very deep journey that we all go on with Chiron, and for you it's going to be a process of deep learning and deep recalibration in these areas of balance, of how we perhaps sacrifice ourselves in order to keep the peace, to keep harmony in our relationships. You've also had Mars transiting through the 7th house since the beginning of the year, and he is going to make a shift into Taurus on the 14th, on Valentine's Day. So in general, you may have already been feeling this energy stirring within you because Mars is the ruler of your opposite sign. And perhaps you've been feeling a little more impatient or a little more irritated than usual with the people in your life. You know, perhaps you've already felt this need to assert yourself rising up. And now we're going to be taking it to a deeper level as this journey unfolds. So it's a very exciting time. It's a very expansive time. It's a really potent opportunity, particularly for you, Libra, with these energies swirling around in your houses of healing, to really clear yourself, to really clear your vessel in order to create a strong container for the new vision to manifest itself into the world through. So I'm going to pick a card for you from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild to finish off this reading, to see if there's any extra little bits of wisdom that can be brought forward for you. It's really interesting, going beyond the normal. So that really relates to the first part of the message that I gave you with the new moon in Aquarius. Do things differently. Allow yourself to discover what has deep meaning for you, even if it doesn't make sense to other people. You know, perhaps there is some, with these 7th house activations going on, perhaps there is some push-pulling going on in your life where you're not really being allowed to be yourself, or, you know, you and another person that are close to you have different ideas on things, and they're saying, you know, come on, be practical, be realistic, be sensible about this. And you're going, you know, no, this is my way, this is my pathway. I am here to be an innovator, to be part of the evolution of the whole, and that's going to mean doing things in a way that are not necessarily approved of or respectable to normal society. Aquarius is the rebel, the liberator. Aquarius doesn't care about conforming in any way. So this is the time for you to really break free of any of those expectations that you feel you have to adhere to, because that's just the way things are done. And because you are a sign that does value what other people think, you know, being the sign of collaboration and cooperation, this can be a time when you have to put that to one side for a minute. And if people want to talk, or if people don't approve, then, you know, that's up to them. You have a pathway to follow. You have your individual power to reclaim at this time, Libra. So don't be afraid to break free of tradition. Thank you so much for listening to me. If you wish to connect with me further, you can click the links below this video. I am sending you so much love for this very healing lunar cycle for you.